Hey, my name is Sandeep Tekchandani. I'm the founder of Sandeep.mba and welcome to my GMAT video lesson. In this video lesson, I'll give you an introduction to reading comprehension. We will start with the basics, then we'll study the scope of reading comprehension, and eventually we will look at the knowledge, skills, and abilities that are tested by the reading comprehension section. So let's start with the basics. Reading comprehension is part of the verbal section. The verbal section uses multiple choice questions to measure your ability to read and comprehend written material, to reason and evaluate arguments, and to correct written material to standard written English. Because the verbal section includes content from a variety of topics, you may be generally familiar with some of the material. However, neither the passages nor the questions assume knowledge of the topics discussed. These reading comprehension questions will always appear in a random order to you in the exam. In other words, the reading comprehension questions are intermingled with critical reasoning and sentence correction questions throughout the verbal section of the test. In the exam, please don't expect that you will have a series of reading comprehension questions followed by a series of critical reasoning and sentence correction questions. No, that's never the case. The bottom line, the sequence of questions in the GMAT exam is never fixed. You will have 65 minutes in which you will have to solve 36 questions in the verbal section. Therefore, you will have 108 seconds to answer each question in the verbal section. Guys, please keep in mind that you need time to read the written passage, and that time is not factored into the 108 seconds average. Therefore, you must plan to proceed more quickly through the reading comprehension questions in order to give yourself sufficient time to understand the passage thoroughly. The passages are up to 350 words long. These passages discuss topics from the social sciences, humanities, the physiological science, the biological science, and such business related fields as marketing, economics, and human resource management. The passages are accompanied by questions that will ask you to interpret the passage, apply the information you gather from the reading, and make inferences based on the reading. For these questions, you will always see a split computer screen. The passage will remain visible on the left side of your screen and the question will appear on the right side. My friends, please remember that you will see only one question at a time in the GMAT exam. Therefore, you must always double check your answer before proceeding to the next question. Remember, you cannot go back and change your answer to your previous questions. The number of questions per passage may vary. For example, my first passage may have 4 to 6 questions in it, and my second passage may have 6 to 8 questions in it. So do not be distracted by the number of questions per passage. In this slide, we'll study the scope of reading comprehension. Broadly speaking, reading comprehension passages come from 4 fields. These 4 fields are social sciences, humanities, physical or biological sciences, and eventually business. Now, under business, you can expect passages from the fields of marketing, economics, and human resources. But the key point here is you do not need to be an expert in any of these fields. The passages are pretty general, so take it easy, guys. You don't have to be an expert in any of these fields to crack the reading comprehension. In this slide, we'll study the skills that are tested by reading comprehension. You have to understand words and statements. Reading comprehension questions will never test your vocabulary. They will never ask you to define a term, but they will test your ability to interpret special meanings of terms as they are used in the reading passages. The questions will also test your understanding of the English language. The questions may even ask you to interpret the overall meaning of a passage. The next point is you have to understand logical relationships between points and concepts. This type of question may ask you to determine the strong and weak points of an argument or evaluate the relative importance of arguments and ideas in a passage. You have to draw inferences from facts and statements, meaning the inference questions will ask you to consider factual statements or information presented in a reading passage and reach conclusions on the basis of that information. You'll have to understand and follow the development of quantitative concepts as they are presented in written material. Basically, this may involve the interpretation of numerical data or the use of simple arithmetic to reach conclusions about material in a passage. In the previous slide, we studied the skills that are tested by reading comprehension. In this slide, we will look at the 6 types of reading comprehension questions that test those skills. The 6 question types are main idea, supporting ideas, inferences, contextual, logical structure, and eventually style and tone. I will explain each and every question type in great depth in my future presentations. So stay tuned, my friends. Now let's just summarize what did we learn in this video lesson. We started with the basics of reading comprehension. Then we studied the scope of reading comprehension. We learned that reading comprehension passages come from 4 main fields, which are social sciences, humanities, physiological or biological sciences, and business. Under business, you can expect passages from the fields of marketing, economics, and human resource management. But my friends, the good news is you don't have to be an expert in any of these fields to crack the GMAT. And finally, we looked at what does reading comprehension measure. That is all, my friends. If you found my video lesson helpful, then you should go to sandeep.mba for more information on the GMAT, how to prepare for the GMAT and applying to business schools. You should also click on that like button and let me know in the comments which topics you would like me to cover in my future video lessons. And of course, if you have not yet subscribed, then go ahead and click on that bell so that you'll get notified about my future video lessons. All the best.